I would love for there to be more Australian half-pipe skiers, girls, men, everyone in the pipe. I think it's such an incredible sport, and unfortunately I think it is a dying sport in a sense where not as many pipes are being built in the world, so there's less access for people to get in and see what it's like. So I would love for, to inspire and encourage more girls and anyone to just give it a go and see how it is.
Welcome to the SnowsBest.com podcast, It Takes a Village series, where we chat with Aussie athletes on their road to the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics and the village of people that helped get them there, from coaches to family members, judges, besties, officials, and more with your host, Miss Snow-It-All Rachel Oakes-Ash.
So we're really excited. I always say we're really excited. I think it's going to become my tagline for the SnowsBest It Takes a Village podcast series today, because we have one of Australia's most successful athletes ever on the FIS World Cup tour, 15-year-old Indra Brown, who is going to chat to us today, and her mama bear, Anne, who are all the way chatting to us from Calgary. Is that right, ladies?
That's correct, yes.
Well, welcome to the podcast. We're very, very excited to have you here. Indra, we'll start with you. What can we say? You're number 2 on the leaderboard for FIS World Cup freeski. How the hell are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, it's super exciting. I was just wanted to go out there this season and show everyone what I've been working on and training on and just land some runs. So I'm super happy that, I'm doing how I am, and I'm excited for more.
Well, you did more than land runs. You got bronze in your open maiden competition and then silver in your second one.
Yeah.
And you're about to compete in Calgary Rodeo, yeah?
Yes, I've got 2 days of training coming up and then qualies.
So I guess we're pretty safe to say you've qualified for the Olympics.
Yes.
And what did you get in your email this week?
What did I get?
Well,
yes, I've got an X Games invite for half-pipe. Sorry.
Think about it.
I'm like, that's got to be the best Christmas gift ever, doesn't it? Were you expecting that? Did you get any hint that might be coming in?
Yeah, Jamie, my coach, has been chatting to the head coach the head judge, that picks is going, and been messaging back and forth, and I was actually going to be an alternate for the competition, but then after my copper result, they put me in as a starter.
As a start.
Yeah.
So, but look what happened to Luca Harrington last year when he was an alternate, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he suddenly just won everything all of a sudden. It's never all of a sudden though, is it? It's always people talking as if, you're some protege that's come out of nowhere. You've had a lot of years of training to get here. So what's your average training week? How does that look for you?
On a usual, just in mid-training, it's usually a 3-on, 1-off schedule. So on our days that we are skiing, it's wake up, get to the hill around 8:30, train all day till 3:34, then go home, either, depending on the day, go to the gym, do a session, and then go do as much school as I can before I go to bed, and then repeat.
The school bit. So I guess you're doing it all online, or Anne, are you actually homeschooling?
We're doing actually a combination. So she does, when she's traveling for training and comp season, she reverts to online. And then when she's in Melbourne, the school's awesome. They let her kind of switch back to on campus, and she kind of gets a bit of real life schoolgirl kind of days, and kind of does a bit of a combination, which is really, really helpful for her, I think.
And you run her social media as well, yeah? Because, she's under
very
16.
Very badly.
No,
it's all parent run at the moment.
Oh, my goodness. You're just doing everything except for the actual skiing, right?
Yeah.
So how did this all come about? You've got 4 kids. And at what point did you realise that Indra was, the talented superstar that she is?
I think her and her younger brother have always had a huge affinity for kind of slope style. And I think we've kind of just let them run with it. We've said, if you're really passionate and you're really keen to, be motivated to do this, we will facilitate it. But the ambition and desire has got to come from you. And so we've kind of just facilitated it, and they've just been, really kind of driven just to keep training hard, both of them. And this is kind of how I think it's evolved. But we lived in Canada for sort of 5-6 years, and that's essentially where I think they got, as many days as they did kind of on the hill and just kind of with their friends training and mucking about.
Wasn't just any hill though, was it really? What was the hill that you guys were spending most of your time at?
So our weekend hill that we love to hang out with, Kicking Horse.
Mm-hmm.
So they grew up from a very young age skiing very big mountain.
It is a big mountain.
So, we're a family where we just like to jump off stuff. So whether it's summer jumping off, the cliffs into water, or it's winter off the cliffs into snow, it's just something as a family that we just love to kind of keep daring and pushing each other to do. So I think that.
Do you remember a story, Indra, or a time when you went, actually, I really want to get into the half pipe? I mean, you were obviously already doing slopestyle and playing around the train pipe, but do you remember what happened?
Ooh, the first time I got in the half pipe was
actually here in Calgary.
Yeah, it was here in Calgary.
Because this is where we lived.
Yeah, it was a spring camp, like 2 days. I'd never been in it before, and I really enjoyed it and like had a knack for it, I'd say. And then I didn't get back into it till like a year later, and then that's when we started doing it like once a week, and I started doing more, and then I entered like my first competitions in it, and started doing well and really enjoyed it as much as I did slopestyle, and then kept going from there.
But what is it about the half pipe? Oh, sorry, Anne, what were you going to say?
The interesting part of that first spring camp, it was a end of the season here, like March, April, and it was actually post the 22 Olympics. So Cassie Sharp was actually there giving out prizes to all the kids.
Yeah.
So it was like a really kind of like special moment to have the Canadian team here.
Yeah.
And then the kids in there. So I think even when her first comp, and she's like, oh my God, I'm like against, one of my idols that when I first got into the pipe, she was there. So for China, it was, I think, pretty special for her to kind of be back in that moment with her.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, we'll get to it, but really, you've got Eileen Goo's coach or former coach. What was it like when I guess we're getting to it now. What was it like on the podium, your first podium at Secret Garden, when you were on the podium with her?
It was super amazing, incredible feeling to stand next to the Olympic gold medalist and, world champion on the other side of the podium. So it was just incredible feeling to show that I'm like standing on a podium with two of like the best halfpipe skiers in the world, and I'm, rivaling them, I guess, or just skiing along with them.
Does it feel like a pinch me moment? Like, does it actually feel surreal, or does it feel real?
I think it felt surreal definitely that day. Like, I can't, it didn't feel real. I was like, am I really standing on the podium with them? Did I really just get third? So now that it's settled in a bit more, it's like, I was like, okay, yeah, I did get third and that stuff. But the day was still
you did.
exciting.
And you got champagne, which you couldn't open.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started.
I think that
to me.
You're working on it. Well, you've got time. 15, you've got another 3 years before you're actually allowed, supposedly, to drink it. I don't think anyone would have minded if you did on that day. Okay, so back in the half pipe. I mean, it's quite death-defying doing a half pipe. It's not exactly the safest place for your children to be playing. And how do you manage that?
I must say that it does really frighten me. I don't love it, just because I think once you kind of, there's 7-point-something meter walls, and then when they're airing out and the idea of decking and all that type of stuff. But I think that I trust the process and the training that they've done, and Jamie as a coach. And I think especially for Indra, they've worked through, all their tricks and everything they do kind of off snow as well, and kind of got that muscle memory and muscle pattern really worked out. So I think I trust their process, and I trust them both, so that it kind of makes me feel a little less nervous when I'm watching. And
do you think it makes a difference because you're actually on tour with Indra and you travel the world with her, so you know what her training is? Do you think your emotional response to watching your child do death-defying tricks is different to if you had been at home and she was touring with, say, Grant, your husband?
Definitely. Absolutely. I think because you see step by step the processes that they go through to get the improvements and to get, it's not like they're just going out and hucking and praying and hope they land it. I think that it's very much like a very calculated incremental addition for each trick that they're adding on and that they're working towards landing and achieving in a run. So yeah, I think that makes it a lot easier to kind of go, you know what, I know that what he's putting together and the way she's going about it is pretty safe and well, as safe as it can be. But yeah, done well.
Well, I mean, it is safe. It is safe because of the time and effort they've put into safety around it and tricks.
Yep.
But what was interesting, because we were talking off podcast last week about, after having watched the Scotty James documentary, Pipe Dream, great documentary, my goodness, about the half pipe lip and how a half pipe, if it's not cut correctly, can be more dangerous. So how do you know, like, would you ever pull out of a half pipe because it wasn't cut well enough out of a competition?
We've definitely I think at World Cup levels, the people cutting the pipe and shaping it are phenomenal. Like they do an incredible job, and the ones that they use for the comps around the world do an amazing job. So I think that at this level you probably don't. And they're always looking for feedback during qualification and sort of for training days. Just, okay, how's the shape going? Do people want any adjustments? So they're always looking for, I think, athlete feedback, which is great. I think in younger kind of other pipes, in younger competitions, when they're, just happy to get it up, then you kind of, I think at that age, you're not really and level really used to kind of being able to have a voice and maybe saying, you know what, this is the comp, we need to do it, we need to have it, everyone's in the same boat. You kind of just need to adapt. So,
but you also don't have the degree of difficulty tricks in your bag as well at that point either.
Yeah.
So the risk, I imagine the risk is lower.
Yeah.
No?
You'd scale back. If generally, if one person or a few people aren't feeling it, most people are thinking this is not great. So everyone dials back a little bit.
But at 15, you do have I mean, I can't speak for you, Indra. I'm not you. But I don't remember when I was 15, I thought I was pretty invincible. So I think the older you get, the fear comes in. Do you get scared, Indra? What do you do when you're scared?
I definitely, you're always going to get scared. It's just part of, your brain telling you don't do this. It's not normal. But usually I prepared for the moment so much that it's like I know I'm ready to do it. So it's like, it's not like I'm trying a new trick that I've never done before, that I've never prepared at all for. So usually you're able to just say, like, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I got this, and then, yeah.
What do you do mentally? Because I know we've had Charlotte Wilson and Abby Wilson on the podcast, and Charlotte talks about she gets so nervous that she vomits, and she's just accepted that's what she does. It's just if she doesn't vomit, she's not nervous. She's probably not going to compete as well, right? It's just her thing, right? Yeah. And then I think Chikara's talked about anxiety that she's had around it, and different people have different rituals or mantras or things. What do you do at the top of the pipe?
I do a lot of visualization, so just visualizing my run, because if I can see the tricks, I know I can do the tricks. So just going through the motions, seeing it in my head, and then, putting it out on snow.
You see a lot of the mogul skiers do that, like Mikael Kingsbury, the goat, he'll be at the bottom of the mogul field in, say, Deer Valley, and he'll be moving like this and doing all of this, and you're like, oh, he's up in the air now in his head, and now he's down on the ground, and you're like, oh, I think I figured out what your run is. Not really, but, at least he's got it in his visualization head. I find it fascinating what people actually do for that fear factor. Watching that Scotty James documentary when he was landing the triples to when he finally landed the triple, to watch his relief. Remember when he stood there and he fell to the ground and was crying, etc. You've got so many years ahead of you, and you've probably got 1,000 more tricks up your sleeve as you get older anyway. Talk us through how you ended up on the FIS World Cup circuit, because I know it wasn't necessarily through Australian training. Where were you training mainly in the Southern Hemisphere?
In the Southern Hemisphere, we were training out of Cardrona in New Zealand, just because they have, other than last year in Threadbow with the halfpipe getting up, they've had the half pipe up and the big line jumps up as well. So it's been a good place to train slope and pipe.
And also their half pipe is actually Olympic sized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
And
is.
whereas the half pipe, the stomping grounds half pipe in Thredbo is
Sure.
a training half pipe. It's a little short and finishes with an airbag, right? Do you think you'll end up training in Australia at all in the Southern Hemisphere?
Hope so, yeah. It'd be really nice to be able to train in Australia. It would be a lot easier. So hopefully we can get in this season.
And Charles cooks such a great pipe and puts together an incredible space. So it'd be amazing to be able to train there. Yeah.
But I mean, New Zealand, who, I think we've talked about this before. New Zealand's free ski society right now and culture right now is really up there. And Tori Beattie was on our podcast, and she was talking about the culture of free skiing and how that has influenced it, impacted judging, and influenced and impacted the progression of the sport. So we've kind of like missed a generation where we had Anna Segal and Russ Henshaw, sort of like half a generation where we didn't really have. I mean, we've got Daisy Thomas and Abby Harrigan, etc. But who's your idol outside of Eileen? Do you have an Australian or a Kiwi idol in the world of free skiing?
Oh, in the world of free ski, sadly, I don't think I do for Australia. Well,
You think all the girls.
Well, you would have been way too young to have remembered Anna.
Yeah. Who? I'm trying to think. Who would you think?
First, I don't know. First.
Oh yeah.
You must have a Kiwi. Yeah, do you have a Kiwi one?
Luca Harrington's pretty.
I know, right?
Like Finn in the half pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those boys. Their parents used to spend a lot of time, like you guys would spend in Canada. They'd spend a lot of time in Aomori Springs in Japan, and they'd send me videos of the two of them rocking it, and I'd put these videos up, and now I look at them and go, wow, okay. Wow, that really worked out for you. Worked out really well for them. Worked out really well.
They're amazing. They're and just the way they go, they're so relaxed as well. That's what's like so incredible about them. Well, they come across as very relaxed.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting how people present, though, isn't it? Because I've always looked at Scotty James as being like the Hugh Jackman of snowboarding, very squeaky clean, like not gritty like the snowboarding culture is, and so wholesome in a way. With his jokes are always wholesome. They're not, edgy. And watching that documentary, and I know I keep talking about the documentary, but watching that documentary, I'm like, there's so many more depths and so much
there's a lot of layers
to you. So many more layers, right? What about when Celia James talks about you have to let your kids go?
Oh, yes.
And she's crying, and she let her 12-year-old go travel the world with Tora Bright.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, she didn't go with them. So Indra's lucky to have you. Do you have another sibling with you on tour?
Yes, I do. I have my younger brother, James.
Okay, and what does he do?
He does more slopestyle and big air.
He does pretty well in the half pipe too, but just doesn't love it.
Not as passionate for it.
Will you end up doing slopestyle and big air, do you think, Indra? On a FIS World Cup level?
Yeah, I'd love to. That's the plan.
And then you would be the Valentino Guseli, of course, when you go to the next Olympics and compete in all three.
Yes, hopefully.
A dream. A big dream. Yeah. He is, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you met him? Have you spent time with many of the other Olympians?
Yeah, thankfully
for Australia?
I got around Val quite a bit. I did a training camp in Kitsteinhorn, and he was there as well, so that was really nice. I got to chat to him a bit on snow, and then he's also was at Copper, so I got to say hi to him as well. So
what do you talk to them? What do you talk to them all about?
Oof, I don't know actually. Just whatever's comes up in conversation. How the pipes
like, do you
going.
approach them, or do they come and chat to you?
I'd say it's a bit of both. Just obviously say hi to each other when we see each other on the hill, and then
I mean, do you get shy around these people, or?
I'd say a little, definitely a little bit, yeah.
I think a little starstruck at times.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that there are young girls that would be starstruck around you now too. Do you get people coming up and asking for autographs and photos and things like that yet?
I've had a few,
She's
yeah.
had a few.
Have you?
Just another ski hill, which has been kind of pretty cool.
She's had
awesome.
to learn a signature too. So
Oh, great. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's so funny people still do signatures, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do
it's
they
pretty
you sign helmets and things? So you've got some, I guess this is all opening up new sponsorship for
Mhm.
you as well. Do you have sponsors already?
I do. I have vocal skis, and then obviously marker bindings with Dalbella boots, and the North Face.
That'd
for...
all be Hilly, wouldn't it? Would that be all Hilly that set that up?
He
Yeah.
is. Yeah, he's amazing.
We love Hilly. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so you've got
Mhm.
Dalbello and Vocal and
Mhm.
anyone else?
And then North Face for clothing.
Oh, we love the North Face too. They're awesome too. And they're all Australian. They're all Australian sponsors so far. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we've had a local ski shop in Deakin who has been incredible. EMC,
Mm-hmm.
Eastern
Where are they?
Mountain. Just in Deakin on Whitehorse Road. EMC.
Oh,
so
in Canada.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
in Melbourne.
In
Mhm.
Melbourne. So when we get skis
we
mounted,
must give them a shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been he's been incredible. So couldn't thank them enough.
Yeah.
So what's your preparation now then for X Games? What are you going to do? Because it's when? A couple of weeks' time, or is it a week's time? You got Calgary, then
Couple of weeks time.
it's
That's
a
on
couple
the
of weeks. Yeah.
23rd. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do.
You've still got two Well,
Yeah, Calgary comp. Then we'll go over to Aspen to do the last World Cup of the season, and then I think
yeah,
and then we'll stay. I think we're gonna go back to Copper, Colorado, and just train out of that half pipe till X Games.
Right. Do you have to? I guess it was expensive, and you can tell me about this. I can only imagine the kind of training that you have to do. Do you have to pay for private half pipes? Do you have to pay for private days training, or how does it all work at this level, Anne?
No, we're fortunate that we try to go to a public pipe.
Yeah.
So
really?
Yeah. So thankfully, copper.
But it's cut off. But is it put aside for training though between particular times?
It's open to public.
Other than when comps are on, so in North America they do different layers of comps. So like your USA, SAs, your futures, NORAMs.
Yep.
We've tried to look at when those comps aren't on to try and then so copper sort of looks like it will have the best window to get there pre-X Games, and then after X Games, we're there for a little bit longer, and then we'll head over to Larks just to kind of acclimatise before Olympics to use their pipe.
Wow. Okay. I can only imagine how much money you're hemorrhaging right now. You're just like, yep, sure. Okay, no problem. Need some more sponsors. And how often does Grant, your father, and your other two siblings come over to see you when you're on tour?
Thankfully they've come for Christmas time, so most of December and New Year's, and then they'll go back just before school starts in Feb.
Oh, great. So they'll be there for Calgary, they'll be there for Aspen. Well, but obviously they're coming to Lavinia.
Not everyone.
Yeah.
This is a bone of contention, right? Who's coming?
It is. Her two older siblings, they row. So they do a summer sport. So we're deep in their start of their season. So they're actually the two older siblings. One's already headed back, and then the other one's heading back next week to start training again. So they actually have a big comp the same weekend that she competes at Lavinia.
Oh, really? Oh, so how do you do that? Is Grant going to one, and you going to the other, or are you both going to the Olympics?
Normally he would stay and just do the whole season back in Melbourne or Victoria, New South Wales, those guys. And then this year we've kind of we'll leave the two of them on their own, and he'll come over with her younger brother.
Yeah, you can't miss an Olympics. It's going to be really exciting.
They're like very keen to get over.
Well, there'll be more. There'll be France, and then after France, there'll be Salt Lake City. So I'm sure this won't be your only Olympics. I have no doubt about that. What happened how did you end up with Eileen Goose coach? Talk us through how that actually happened.
Interesting story. We kind of came back and were looking to try to put together. So we just moved back from Canada, and we were looking to put together a team with 5-6 athletes where we didn't have to swap coaches from southern to northern seasons, because that's sort of been a bit of an issue where we wanted to do a full northern season, but then we also wanted to do a full southern, and very few You just can't find that continuity. And we just felt like we were starting from scratch every time you got northern to southern. So we kind of reached out to a few different sort of heads of different organizations across the world and kind of got a bit of a shortlist from coaches in the US that they thought might be interested. And Jamie was one of them. So we reached out and we were really fortunate that he sort of responded, liked what we were trying to put together and kind of wanted to give it a go.
So who were the other people?
So we had another Australian family with 2 kids, similar age, and then a New Zealand family with 1 child, similar age. So it was just the 5 athletes that we sort of thought to put together.
And the other 4, are they competing at FIS World Cup level?
Oh, so the other, James, her younger brother's one of them. So the other 3, not yet.
But they hope to.
So they're probably, we've got 2 probably like NORAM levels and then the other younger 2 are 13. So they're almost,
But then how does that work if you're on a FIS World Cup tour? I'm assuming Jamie's with you.
Yes.
How's he coaching the others?
Yeah, so we had the team. We did the team for 2 years.
Right.
So we did 2 full years, and then because of sort of the difficulty of trying to manage the different levels of competition, the team's kind of disbanded, and Jamie's just stayed on with us.
Oh, okay. There's no bad blood over that though.
No, not at all. Yeah, it ran its course. It's kind of, it was great while it lasted, and
Things run their course though, don't they?
Yes.
Naturally. It's just naturally there's always like a narrative arc to every era. If you want to talk like Taylor Swift, an era.
Absolutely.
So you're in your Lavinia era at the moment. What do you listen to music when you're training?
I do not know.
Do you listen to music when you're competing?
No, I tried it when I'm training, but I want to be so focused that I like just turn it down so low that I can't even hear it. So
I couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. What do you think it is about you, Indra, that makes you so focused on being so good?
I think I'm very driven, and I love like having a goal and seeing how much I can get to that goal and how hard I can work to get it. So I love, I guess, the drive and the feeling of like achieving that goal.
Mm-hmm. And who do you think you get that from? Your mum or your dad?
I'm not sure, actually.
Probably both of us.
Yeah, I'd say both of them.
Well, you sound like a type A. You sound like a type A family. You're rowers and skiers and elite level. It's pretty freaking awesome.
So no, we like being busy. I think we've always just, regardless of the stage of life we've been at, both Grant and I, it's always just, we've switched from one sport to the other, and whether we're weekend warriors doing running or whatever it is, we're kind of like goal orientated to just be active.
And are you filming everything? Because one of the things I love about, and I know I'm mentioning it again, Scotty's doco, is the access they had to so much footage of family holidays, ski holidays, competitions, what goes on behind the scenes. Are you filming everything?
We had a long time that we did, and then the last year or two, I've had some teenagers that are like, "Don't film me," stop.
Oh, right.
So we haven't done as much. There is a lot on there, but I'd say after watching Scotty James's documentary,
I know, right?
We're getting the camera out all the time now.
Because you never know. I mean, you've already broken records, and we don't want to put pressure on you at the age of 15 going into a Winter Olympics, but you've already broken records, so you've already become Australia's most successful FIS World Cup rookie. And the youngest as well. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe the most successful FIS World Cup rookie, probably. I'm just trying to think about border cross. Yeah, no, I think you would be. So you've already broken records. So even if you just have all that footage for your own personal archives, I think it's really important, because I think when you're competing at a world stage, you are now representing your country, and you are of significance culturally to where that country goes within a sport. Where do you see free ski halfpipe going for women and girls, Indra?
I would love for there to be more Australian halfpipe skiers, girls, men, everyone in the pipe. I think it's such an incredible sport, and unfortunately, I think it is a dying sport in a sense where not as many pipes are being built in the world, so there's less access for people to get in and see what it's like. So I would love for, to inspire and encourage more girls and anyone to just give it a go and see how it is.
You're doing your bit in a way without you probably even realising to ensure that we do end up with more half-pipe skiers in Australia because, traditionally the more successful we are at something, the more the funding gets funneled that way. And, have you trained at the National Snow Sports Training Centre, the John Hancock place in Jindabyne? And we're getting incredible training facilities, the water ramps up in Brisbane. We just need that full size half pipe, really, that Cardrona has. It's great what Charles does, and it's great that we have a Mookie half pipe, which is really cool for the little kids to get inspired as well. It's probably about all I could do. And so in a way, you're already doing that to inspire them to get more. Do you know Janina Kuzma?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say. So have you spoken to her in New Zealand? Because she'd be a great person for you to talk to. She was a half pipe skier at the Winter Olympics for New Zealand. She's born in Australia. Yeah. She also competed on the Freeride World Tour. So she's a big mountain skier. Yeah, and now she is a multi-disciplined mountain guide in both skiing and climbing, and she has a baby and she skis with a baby, and she is just
incredible.
An absolute rock star, and she lives in Wanaka. So so we'll track her down for you to chat to this year when you're in Wanaka. I'm assuming you're going to be training back there again this year. Yep.
Yeah, potentially. We sort of haven't worked out that far. We're just trying to get to April at this stage and then kind of make a plan. But after that,
So what, have you got your accommodation set up in Livigno, Anne? I know Indra will already have hers, but
Yes. No, so we've got some family accommodation set there. So, I've got my parents coming over as well. So that'll be nice.
How exciting. Yeah. Your grandparents must be so thrilled. And what are you going to, are you going to make up some signs and wear outrageous clothes? Anne?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Is your father going to wear his underpants? Because I believe he's Captain Underpants from like, what did he do? He chased down some robbers or something in his underpants in the middle of the night. Yeah, he should be doing that with the underpants with the Australian flag. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's excited.
It's really, it's like the Olympics is such an exciting. To me, the FIS World Cup, Crystal Globe, is ultimate because that to me means that you have been consistent throughout your season. So it means a lot more. But I'm not an athlete, and we all know how the world changes once you've been to the Olympics and if you're successful in the Olympics as well. So I get it. But it'll be interesting in Livigno. Some Australian parents in the freestyle world tend to take over a bar at the Olympics and declare it the unofficial Australian embassy. And that's where everyone goes to celebrate. And I'm sure there'll be lots of Aperol spritz and espressos and all sorts of fun. Are you going to just go there for just your events, like fly in for those and then leave, or do you get to stay a little bit before and a little bit after?
We're still trying to organise all that. I think essentially, we may do, or you might do opening ceremony, maybe like come in for that and then head off straight to Larks to continue training. So being the last event, I think we probably wouldn't come in till about the 14th, 15th.
Are you the last event? What date is free ski half pipe? What date
19th?
Is it?
19th?
Oh, thank God I'm there. Right. Because I'm like, hang on a second. Was I there? Because I've got all my dates wrong. I mean, we had dates problems today as well. I'm like all over the place. I'm like, oh, no, I'll be there. That's good. I fly out on the 20th, I think. But the opening ceremony, because the Livigno, I call them the Livigno Olympics, but because Milano Cortina 2026 is the most scattered Winter Olympics ever, the actual opening ceremony, I understand, is going to be filmed at different spots, and there'll be a ceremony within Livigno that will have the athletes within Livigno there, as opposed to the athletes being in the stadium. Is that what you've heard?
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah. So to literally just come in just for that sort of one night and then take off.
Yeah. It's going to be great. And there's three hotels in a row, which is the athlete village. They didn't build one.
Yeah.
And they've put scaffolding around it, and that's where you'll be staying. That's where everybody will be outside throwing roses over the fences at the athletes and, you know, trying to get your autographs and all that kind of stuff. Can't thank you enough for your time today, Indra and Anne.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's so lovely to chat to you both. I'm really excited about what's ahead for both of you. What do you think you've learnt the most in just your 2 competitions so far?
I would say just to trust the training that I've done, trust the process as well. You know, I've worked really hard to be here, so, you know, just soak everything in and just trust everything that's going to happen on the day.
Who taught you how to be so articulate?
I'd love to take some, you know.
I think, I'm not sure.
Own it, Anne. Take it. Take the credit.
I do know.
Well, because I was saying to the OWAA the other day, I said, oh my God, Indra's like 15. She's on the world stage and she's completely articulate. I don't understand. I don't know why I expected you to sound like a stoner at 15. But, you know, I was like so surprised at how easy you are to chat to.
No, thank you.
Because it's all, I imagine, very new. But as we said before, it isn't really new, is it? Because you have been training for this all of your 15 years of life.
Yeah.
Really. We'll see you in Lavinia. Good luck this week in Calgary.
Yeah.
Let's stay in touch. We'd love to get you back on the podcast, whether we do it at the Olympics or after the Olympics. We'll chat further. And good luck in Aspen as well. I mean, Aspen's really exciting, the X Games. Do you think, is AI actually doing any judging in the X Games this year?
I'm
not
too
last
sure.
year they did.
We actually haven't sort of heard too much about it. So I have
do you know
heard
who your other? Yeah, do you know who the other competitors are that you're up against? Invited, the other invited ones.
There's not like an official invite list that I've seen, so I wouldn't. Not
yet.
too sure.
Yeah. I mean, the X Games is. Have you been to the X Games?
No,
we've watched a lot.
Yeah, we've watched a lot online, but
so exciting because you've got a crowd.
Yeah,
it's
the
kind of like
is amazing. Apparently,
like, isn't it funny that when you're on the FIS World Cup and you're competing in halfpipe, etc., unless you're at specific events like maybe Larks or Aspen X Games, it's just not that big crowd, right?
Yeah.
No. China was actually pretty impressive with.
Was it? Why?
Obviously, mostly Eileen fans. But
nowhere big as X Games.
Definitely not like X Games. Yeah.
I mean, there are lights at the X Games. Big lights, really big lights, and you know, big American voices doing big American commentating, like just so much fun. And the town itself of Aspen just comes alive, and it's just, oh my God, you'll get to go to like the Volcal House and the North Face House, and like all the sponsors, all the outerwear companies and everything. They have houses that are like where the athletes go to chill out and hang out with other athletes.
Yeah.
And you know, have your banter. You got to film that, Anne. You got to take your camera and film that. 100%. All right. Well, good luck, and thank you so much again. And we'll see you both. I'd love to. Well, I hope to see you again on another podium. I'm sure we will in your lifetime. But we'll definitely see you in Italy. I'll have an Aperol Spritz with you, Anne, and I'll have an espresso with you, Indra.
Look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the SnowsBest.com podcast. If you like what you hear, be sure to review and subscribe via your favourite podcast platform. Like @MissSnowItAll on socials, and hit up the SnowsBest.com website for all your snow travel banter. This episode was produced on the land of the Gundungurra people. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present.